On our last session, the party took a brief rest in the fog-enclosed town, discussing what had happened. Meepo was very tired from the attack, and he explained what he knew about vampires over their short rest. Fearing retaliation from the mother character mentioned, they they then left the town of Ravensrest, judging by a road sign at the edge of the town. Finding their way back in the path, they eventually made it to the main road. While there, they noticed the will-o-wisps again, but this time there was only two. After a brief conversation with the wisps, promising that they would come back, the party began to head south along the main path. In the distance, they heard the cry of wolves that seemed fairly far off, so they continued their journey. They continued their march on and on until they had reached the edge of the misty forest. Now, upon seeing the ocean, Click took flight and briefly enjoyed a uninhibited uh, flight, much to Meepo's annoyance. When they settled to make camp, they heard the wolves again, much closer this time. And when looking into the trees, they saw a large pack. Not wanting to fight these wolves, the party quickly rushed the rest of the way to Daggerford, where they got inside. Informing the town guard that they had been followed, the guards quickly closed the gate and set a watch. Sorry. Received a text message. And set a watch. Everyone headed to the inn, got rooms, and Kat, Lou, and Levi, worried that the wolves were still present, went back to the wall, whereas Meepo and Click stayed behind. They were able to watch the wolves, which were standing well a distance away, just outside the distance of the bowmen, almost knowingly so, outside the distance. Then, as darkness fell, they were unsure of any way to tell that the wolves had left. The guards guaranteed that they would alert them if the wolves had gotten closer, and so they all went back to the inn. Lou and Levi, Click, and Meepo all stayed at the inn, whereas Kat went to go visit her father, who lives in town. We ended our session last time with Kat opening the door on her father, and that's where we'll pick up. Your father had just given you a big hug, and in the doorway there is a soft firelight coming from inside. You get the faintest whiff of of some barley and vegetables.
Okay.
He has not let go of his hug yet.
I'm hugging him back. And after probably a few minutes, I'll let him go and step back.
Yeah, and he steps back too. He's like, "Oh, it's been so long, Kat. Are you coming inside?"
I am, if you don't mind. Is it okay if I spend the night here?
Oh, come on in. Come on in. You don't even have to ask. Come on. And you walk in. It's the very familiar home that you spent your formative years in. Modestly appointed, but still well taken care of. Whereas things have gotten a bit dustier than you remember, it's still everything's put together and well maintained, the best that your father can. On the fire, you actually see the source of the smell. It seems to be a a steaming pot of some kind of soup. You see like carrots and potatoes floating on its surface.
Okay. Um, I'll take a moment and look around and just look at him and just be like, I'm sorry I was gone so long.
No, it's fine. Just are you hungry? I just made dinner.
Sure.
Sit down. It's like he gestures to the very familiar table. Um, Growing up, it always had two chairs, and it's the same two chairs that you remember.
I teeter on mine because it's got a little.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot bigger since, or at least your armor is a lot heavier since the
I
last
bet.
time you've been here.
Oh man, I bet.
Yeah, you see him over by the fire. He's got two wooden bowls, and he ladles it in, and he brings it over to you, and it's kind of like it's definitely a soup, but it's been thickened with barley, and you get like a very faint whiff of of spice, like not anything fancy, just like he probably salted and pepper on it.
Okay.
It's like I you're don't worry, it's there's no meat in it. I was gonna have a sausage for a side.
No, that's okay. And you add whatever you would like to yours. I'll just take the one bowl.
Yeah, and he sits down on the other end of the table. It's like it's only 2 or 3 feet across. It's a small table for this small house.
Yeah.
He doesn't really even go to pick up his spoon. He's looking at you with like wide eyes. So how have you been? That's some new armor. Where did you get it?
Oh, busy is probably a good word. You won't believe this, Dad, but we found some crypt. My friends and I'll have to introduce you in the morning. Um, I met them at that tavern along the way to Waterford, and it sounds like we're going back there. But we went to go and help. You heard about the orcs moving into that village?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we wanted to figure out what was even driving them so far south. So we were on the way there, and these birds led us to this I, underground crypt, I guess. And you hear stories about them, and you figure, those are probably dangerous. But when it happens to you, you're like, nah, this is fine. No, Dad, it's dangerous. Do not ever wander into an underground crypt.
I can't say I like you wandering into them either.
Yeah. I thought the birds were a sign, and perhaps they still were because I found this armor and it helps protect me more than anything I've had so far.
He he adjusts his glasses a little bit to look at it. It's like it looks. He's like he points to the center of your chest piece where the crystal where all of the inlay spreads out from that
Yeah.
gives it that color.
Yeah.
It's like it looks like you cracked it already.
Did I Logan, did I really crack it already?
No, he makes note of the gem in the center.
Oh, okay.
Which you remember that when you found it that the gem was cracked.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah, it's like the gem in when you looked at it would like pulse with various energies like going in between the red, green, blue in
Okay.
between them and like you made note of the crack in the gem.
Okay. Okay. Like I found it like this. It doesn't, as far as I can tell, it still works. It protects me from fire damage a lot.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, very handy. Though I'm not sure we've dealt with fire a lot, which is good. And then, have you ever met a hag, Dad?
Oh no, I haven't seen much beyond the fields reaps for
Well,
a long time.
I think we might need to probably, for the most part, keep it that way. Because it really is not safe out there, it feels like. We'll go on a journey one day, Dad, and I'll be able to keep an eye on things.
He gives a far off look at the mention of taking long journeys. Well, I'm just. Were you able to get my letters? He says, snapping back to the moment.
I did. I did get your letters. I am so sorry I didn't come.
No, it's okay. There was a lot going on. It's like it's the strangest thing. Those yellow rats. It's like people just started getting sick, and there's so many people that they couldn't come into town. I couldn't harvest everything. It's been hard.
I just. I feel like I should have been here. Like I could have done something.
Well, don't blame yourself for that. And it's you can't be everywhere at once, and besides, it's sounds like you're doing a lot of exciting things out there. I can't say here's not exciting either. Apparently there was a blue ghost in the manor, and there was a panic, and it got burned down. Part of the town got burned down.
Oh my. Is all of your things okay?
Yep. Yeah, it was mostly on the other side of town. If you go up to the Manor Hill, you'll see the remnants of it.
Okay.
It's like, from what I've heard of the town is Lord Byron was getting up to something. It's like we're not sure. The fire burned too much of it.
That's a shame. He was such a nice man.
Oh, the loss of his family, I think, hit him harder than most.
Yeah. Yeah. Have the harvests been okay since then, Dad?
Just finding workers. No one could come in. I couldn't really go out.
Yeah.
It's like I only got in like half the harvest this time. Things are a little tight, but
I
that's
can help.
how seasons go.
Well, let me give you some money. I need to be.
Oh no, Cat, no.
I don't need it.
Well, I don't need it either. I'll be fine.
We'll readdress this later.
Look, it's fine. And he gets quiet for a little minute. He seems to be pondering a lot of things before. Oh, the word came down. You were in Thunderlock.
Yes. Yes, that's where I met my friends.
Well, that's that's good. It's glad you could win. I've heard the big one's coming up.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. And as far as I can tell, we're planning to go. And we're not far away, so
No, I want to be up there if you're there too. It's,
Okay. Yeah. That would be awesome.
Good.
It's been a long time.
He reaches across the table and like pats your hand. His hand feels like old and like calloused. You see like he has knobby knuckles that have been like have a lifetime worth of like scrapes and scars on them.
Yeah.
He gives it a solid squeeze. It's like, "But you're here now. I'm just glad I could see you."
I'll try and be around more.
He gives you a nice warm smile, and you guys continue talking through the night. He does eventually start to eat his stew, but he's not really paying attention to it so much as just trying to catch up with you on your stories. And you talk well into the night. Uh, actually, so what kind of crypt did you say you found it in? Your armor?
One in the ground. Hold on. What kind of crypt was it? Nope, that's too far. Here we go. There were pictures of suns in it. There was a slime, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It was on the door with the 4 gem pieces.
Oh, yeah. There were 4 gemstones. And Levi and Click went unconscious. And there was a mummy with the armor. And lots of pictures of suns. And it was just in the middle of the forest. And it was, has he ever heard of a town called Swinton?
He shakes his head.
Weird place. Never go there. They're kind of crazy.
Okay, he nods.
I don't think I'm missing much.
What was the name on the door?
Was I there for that session?
You might not have been, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, because it probably was the session where you guys actually went through the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have that written down.
All right, make a history check. If it's high enough, I'll tell you the name because Kat would know it.
Cool. Oh no, and I'm dumb. I'm so dumb.
Did you roll a 1?
No, I rolled a 9, but I have -2 to history because I'm dumb.
More of
Just-
like you're forgetful.
Non-educated.
You're very wise and very charismatic and very strong. Wait, what's your wisdom score?
It's 14. I have a +2 to my wisdom.
Oh yeah, that's above average.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so. So 7 total.
Yeah. So you can't recall the name on the tomb.
No.
All right. But you all talk into the night, and unless you have any specific questions for him.
I'm curious about that far off look, but I won't push tonight.
Okay. You all finish your meal. It's a very filling meal. He leads you to your old room. It's dustier than the rest of the house, but everything's pretty much where you left it.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can take a long rest.
All right, Logan, I've been back since like that crazy fight where I became a paladin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I imagine I'll have a little like altar to Lathander in there, and I'll just put a few of the things I found along the way, just like nature things like leaves and nuts on it.
Oh yeah, and like in this town, which the majority of worship is the Shanti, they still recognize Lathander as a god of light and life as necessary.
Cool.
So you could even find some smaller imagery around town if you were to look for it.
Okay, thank you. Cooper, why are you like this?
But everyone takes a long rest.
And I am glad for it.
Yay. Back to full health.
Is Meepo normal again?
Repo is normal again.
Okay, and Kat, can you go ahead and roll a d10?
Oh, is this my armor?
Yes.
That so far has only protected me from fire. It's a 1.
A
It is
one.
not good armor.
Well, it's still plate.
Oh yeah.
It's just done nothing.
Please tell me it's fire.
No, 3 is fire.
Okay.
1 is acid.
Ooh, that's good.
So whereas yesterday it had red accents along its inlays, it is now a emerald green.
Ooh, pretty.
So everyone wakes up. Kat, since you are separated from the group, what do you do in the morning? As in, do you rejoin them first, or do you want to do something first?
I am going to, because I imagine I roughly know when my dad wakes up. I'm going to
Oh, he is an early riser.
still gonna wake up before, or I'll do it before he goes to. I go to bed. I want to hide money.
Make a what would a relevant check for this be? Sleight of hand, maybe.
Sure, I don't know.
He's not watching you do it,
No, I definitely did it after he went to bed, where he can't see me.
right?
Oh, that's a good roll.
Something wisdom related, maybe.
If yeah, it could
Insight
be.
Come in.
or perception.
Yeah, if you want to use insight instead, considering you want to leave it where you know he'll find it,
Oh,
as far as knowing him.
that's a good one. 21.
Okay. Yeah. There is a candlestick that you've seen him use fairly often, or a candlestick holder
Yeah.
that you've seen him use fairly often, and you know that it has a hollow base. So that way you can just pile a few coins underneath and put it on top. So the next time he goes to pick up the candle, which probably won't be until tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I put 5 gold there. It's my dad, yo. Oh, it was
Okay.
21. I don't know if I ever told you. I did. That's because candlestick, right? My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Okay. So then do you join the party? Or do
Yeah.
you
No,
want to do something with your dad?
I'll say I'll greet him in the morning, but I'll go have breakfast at the inn because I'll tell him I have to keep abreast of a situation.
Yeah, you did tell him about the wolves last night. So
And stay in town.
he's like, okay, it's I was gonna go walk the fields. That's fine. I'll meet you at the end. We can meet your friends.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So you see you go to the inn first, and there's the rest of the party. Lou, Levi, Meepo, and Click. All downstairs, all having a breakfast meal of buttered toast with a hunk of cheese and some ale to wash it down.
That sounds wonderful.
Lou is gonna chip in a little more and get some cuts of last night's venison.
I'll skip on that.
But you all see Kat walk in. Her armor, which you remember as being red accented, is now green accented. And she walks in and sits down next to you. The red-haired, hairy-armed man is now replaced with a much younger but similar-looking individual running around and filling cups and bringing out food.
Cool. I wave to him as he passes.
Oh, hi, Kat. It's like he can't stop to really talk, but you know this is Gregory.
Cool. And I look at Meepo and I ask him how he's feeling.
Much better.
Excellent. I guess
Big
you
improvement.
did just need to sleep.
Yeah,
It helped.
the color has returned to Meepo's face.
Excellent. All right. Heard any news about the wolves, guys?
It has been quiet, says Lou.
Excellent. Glad to hear it.
We haven't actually left the inn yet, so
But they knew where to find us, so that must mean everything is quiet. So, no. Do you guys want to check it out after eating here and just see what's going on?
Lou says with a big bite of meat in his mouth. Yeah.
So long as there aren't more vampires.
I cannot promise that, Meepo.
No, but they're wolves. Let's go get them.
Excellent.
So, you all finish your breakfast. It's been a few minutes, and you guys head towards the southern gate. A quick look around, you don't see the number of guards on top of the wall that you did last night. In fact, you see no guards.
That's not a good thing. All right, I'm hot footing it.
Picking up your pace to the main gate, looking around, the gate is slightly ajar.
Oh no.
But looking around, no guards.
Lou?
Was there a freeze?
No, I'm sorry. I'm organizing my thoughts.
They must be slacking off.
Lou, do you mind standing
You
guard?
go to look for them, Meepo?
No, this is perfect opportunity to break in.
You broke up. You broke up a little there, Eric. What'd you say?
No, this is a perfect opportunity to break in.
What are you breaking into?
Says Lou.
I don't know, but it must have something of value.
Lou, do you mind standing guard here?
I think my internet is failing. No, I mean, aren't there supposed to be people here?
Yeah, and I wanna go find out. Click. Do you mind flying up and seeing what's going on beyond the wall? Maybe.
Oh, Chris is
Oh, Chris is here. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
yeah. Katia has asked Click the question.
Sorry, I apologize. I've been dealing with a lot of things today. Please repeat your question.
You are all good. And would Click mind flying to the top of the wall to get a visual of what's going on beyond?
Not at all, but can you give me an idea of what I need to be looking for?
Well, the guards don't seem to be around. I'd like to know if you see guards or wolves.
We're still in the same town, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's make-
you are still in Daggerford. You all woke, with the exception of Kat, you all woke up in the inn, had breakfast, and after Katia rejoined you, you went to check on the south gate because that's where the wolves were. There aren't any guards posted right now, and the gate is slightly ajar.
And what I want to do once I get a report from Click is start running through like the guard houses and seeing if I can spot anybody.
So I'll take a few minutes, fly up in the area she directed, and see if I notice any guards or anything else unusual.
Okay, so flying up to a reasonable height, you look to the south because that's where the wolves were last night. In this early morning, you do not see any of the wolves, but you also do not see any of the guards. It is just the barren southern road, known as the Tradeway, that lays in front of you.
Okay.
So, Katia,
Yep.
you go look in the guardhouse, the place where you actually went to get your bow.
Mm-hmm.
And when you open the door, with two solid thuds, you see Samuel and another guard flop down onto the ground.
Are they
unmoving.
dead?
They are deathly pale, unmoving, unresponsive.
Poke him with a stick.
Meepo, I definitely cannot promise you that there are not vampires.
Poke them with a stick.
Meepo, you pick up a stick, and when you poke one of them, there is no response.
Hmm.
I do a medicine check, see if I get like a pulse.
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
23.
23. Okay, not only is there no pulse, but Samuel appears to have his throat been cut with some kind of rust, with some kind of jagged implement. You're unsure what it could have been, but you notice a distinct lack of blood.
Oh
And
my goodness.
I dropped stakes in both of their hearts.
They're not been buried.
Do you have stakes, Meepo?
I could just fashion a stick.
Sure. You find a stick, and because the rest of the town has not noticed this yet, and otherwise it'd be suspicious why the little kobold is pushing sticks into people's chests.
If they asked, I would tell them they're welcome.
Whereas one will look like his throat was slashed, you notice that there are distinct puncture marks on the other's necks.
No.
Yes, I feel very reassured for putting these in their heart.
This is all my fault.
Did you kill your whole village?
I might have just killed my father.
Oops.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to be a rogue now.
I'm gonna need more stakes.
I start multi-classing into rogue.
Meepo realizes it is going to start procuring extra stakes.
Smart, Meepo, smart. Well, I'm gonna drag the bodies into the guardhouse, and I'm gonna go through the guardhouse and see if there are any more bodies.
How does Daddy like his steak?
It's not dead yet.
Looking through the guardhouse, it is very small. It's basically just a hut where they keep their spare equipment.
Oh boy.
You do not find any additional bodies.
This town has been through too much. Okay, no additional bodies. Okay. And this is literally just what Katya is doing, because Katya, as a military person, I don't think has dealt with vampires before, considering she thought they were just nocturnal creatures.
Everyone else is around to see Katya starting to freak out.
I
Are
go up
there
to Katia
places-
and I say, "Do you want some help with that?"
I would very much appreciate it.
I cast Calm Emotions.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Are there places that, like, graves where, like, they've planted bodies? Since we just learned about vampires, and turning and stuff like that.
Well, we just had a plague in town, and so there is a massive graveyard outside of the walls.
But I mean, since, like, last night, would there be...
I don't know. I think. Ooh, we need some people, I think.
'Cause the
How many gates are in town?
There are two gates. There's the southern gate and the northern gate. The northern gate has a bridge component to it because it crosses the Daggerford. I can't quite read this on this map I have, but it crosses the river where Daggerford got its name.
Okay.
You know that story because you grew up here.
People would have already gone out to their farms by now, wouldn't they?
You do see a crowd start to head out. Because there's not very many people because it's mostly on the southern side where all the graves are.
Okay. Are they still within the walls?
Click did look out beyond the wall and did not see anybody out there. So you would assume, yes, that no one has left the southern gate yet, or at least recently enough for Click to see.
Okay, I look over and I tell Lou, secure the gate. This can be a good thing or a bad thing because the vampires are already here.
Okay.
Um,
He this is I'll trust you, and he walks over and starts pulling the gate in.
okay. And okay, folks, this is what I'm thinking.
Lay it on us.
Logan, did I have a guess? Did I have like an idea of the size of the guard,
Medium
of the amount of guards?
2.
Just not the dead ones. I mean, for the town.
The town has roughly about 12 standing guard.
Cool. Cool.
That's like, but the townsfolk you've known in times of strife have been acted as their own militia.
Okay.
It's just the town supports 12 people to be full-time guards.
Okay. And we've only found the 2 and no others.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So what I'm thinking is, because we've got another gate,
Mm-hmm.
potentially Click flies to the other gate to talk to find out if there are any guards there, or if he sees any along any of the walls. And what I need is, because there's only 5 of us, what I'm thinking is I go to Fred, the innkeeper, and I get a little militia, and because we need to start scouting the town, don't we?
I mean, we could.
I mean,
Do we put the people into a panic, or do we try to keep it on the down low? Because I don't know what to do.
we just start stabbing
No,
right in the heart.
we've got to find the other. All right, I'm thinking Click does a fly around because Click is blessed with that skill. And I get trusted people from Fred who can keep things on the down low, and we need to find more of the guards. And if not, we need to get ready for night.
Okay, Click, do you follow Cat's plan?
I do, to the best of my ability.
All right. As you fly around town, make a perception check.
Did we wander to
Alrighty.
28 days of night?
What?
It's a horror movie about vampires.
Oh,
Alaska.
15.
A 16?
15.
15. Okay. So basically, you just wanted to go to the other side of town. So flying straight up and heading over, you see that the basic layout of the town is there's the Merchant Square, which is in the dead center of town. There's a bunch of surrounding buildings which are residential. There's some shops that are in the Merchant Square. Those have been burned down semi recently, and you notice that like there's the trail of burning that leads up the hill to a large house that seems the most burnt of all. And then going across that square, you get to more residential homes, and then you see at the north gate there are a couple of guards.
good.
It takes you a few minutes to cross the town, even with your fly speed.
Yeah. Okay.
Like to get there and back. My bad. Sorry.
Of course. I don't want to do this. Yeah, that's what Click would do. I'm going to cast Sending to Cat and inform her. So, burning trail, found 2 guards. Do you want me to inform them of what is going on?
No. Logan, what's the tavern's name or the inn's name again?
Sleeping Bear.
Okay. Meet at Sleeping Bear. We'll have others inform them. Our group must now stick together and search for the intruders. Worried faces.
And with that, Click will make an about face and start heading towards the inn.
As you're flying around, Click, it's not hard to notice because people are actively pointing at you because it's not every day that they see a large bird person flying above their heads, and you've gathered quite a crowd as you land in front of the inn.
Okay.
Well, that was an accident.
What does the rest of the party do? Do they head straight to the inn?
That is what I plan to do.
I see no reason not to.
So
Okay.
I thought Lou was supposed to be out at the gate.
Yeah, I've locked the gate. Anyone that comes along can just open it.
So
It's-
should Lou and I stay at the gate?
If you don't mind, yes. And I will eventually have people to replace you, and you can meet us back at the Sleeping Bear Inn.
Lou pipes in. It's like there are bodies in the guardhouse, and we're going to be standing here.
Crap.
So I have a bit of concern.
Crap.
What is
Did
it?
I gather from my father who's in charge of the town?
You know that originally it was Lord Byron,
Uh-huh.
and that there hasn't been much of a transition from the formal lord to a new head because he did not have any heirs to take over his estate. So right now, it's more of the captain of the guard is who people have been deferring to.
And is he now dead?
Make an investigation check if you want to check their pockets.
That was not good. That was not good. That was not good at all. So that's a not natural one because I have a -2.
Oh. Yeah, no, you don't find any symbols indicating that Samuel or the other person were in fact captain of the guards. Last you remember, it was a man named Harkin.
Okay.
It's like that. It has been a while since you've been here, though. So, if Harkins hasn't retired yet, it would be him.
Okay. Yeah, I think I don't know why I've just decided Fred is our best bet.
What could go wrong?
So, while you're agonizing over this choice,
Yeah.
you see two new people wearing town garb walking up to the gate.
So, folks, do you remember we're gonna have to ask you to stay inside right now.
No. These look like guards.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I need your captain, and I'll flash my badge for rank.
Oh, they give a very unpracticed, salute. It's like, Harkin would be in his home at this hour, ma'am.
Meet me. One of you go get him. Meet at the Sleeping Bear Inn. The other one of you, you have. This is going to be very unfortunate. You have 2 dead members of your order inside that house right there, and we need to keep these gates closed.
what? It's
Yeah.
looking at this person, very young person, maybe late teens, 19 at the most.
So unfortunate. Yes, leave the door closed for right now. Guard this gate. Nobody in or out.
The
But-
bloodsuckers are coming,
Meepo!
Bloodsuckers?
threatening him with the stake.
Meepo!
What?
Soldier. I need you to guard this gate.
Kiss your family goodnight.
I turn and I glare at Meepo.
Okay, let's make
When
it.
they come, they will leave Eddie behind.
I slap Meepo with the mace.
Okay, make an attack roll. And Meepo, make an intimidation roll. Cat, make a persuasion roll.
Intimidation.
$23 to hit.
How
Okay.
much?
23 to hit.
That hits Meepo. Roll your damage.
All right.
Natural one.
What'd you get, Cat?
15.
Okay, so roll your damage.
6 damage. Bludgeoning.
Meepo gets a solid whop on the head.
As I slam it on him, I tell him to shut up.
What a crew we are.
So the guard, seeing Meepo basically get a you're an idiot back head slap, and Cat, it's like, hey, focus on me. It's like you will do this, this, and this, and he's like, oh.
Don't hide the truth from them. It'll only leave them unprepared for what's to come.
Meepo? About face, we are going.
These
And
are
we're
trying
taking
times.
Garen.
As you leave, the young guard is practically, you notice that his legs seem to be shaking the slightest bit.
Would anybody like to stay with the young guard? Not Meepo.
No, he'll be fine.
He will be prey.
I'm so worried about him. I'm hoping that there'll be more people there with him soon, though. Gotta go to the inn.
We know what it was like just fighting one of them.
As you all head to the inn,
Logan,
yeah,
I want you to know that I am never going to trust you that it's safe to sleep again.
It's good to be afraid.
I was so worried. I was like, no, Logan assured me it's okay. And it was not okay.
the wolves did nothing. They cannot climb a wall.
Wolves cannot climb walls. Vampires can climb walls.
That's all I said. I never mentioned vampires.
I know, but I was given a false sense of security. And I should have fought the wolves.
Anyway, so can people make a perception check as they head towards the Sleeping Bear Inn?
No. At least not a good one. 5.
Everybody, please.
Man, that was bad. 6 on my end.
12.
You even want me?
Yes, please.
You said perception?
Perception.
14 for me.
Okay, so whereas Lou, Click, and Cat are all hyper focused on getting to the inn quickly, Levi and Meepo notice that they hear a voice being called out in the crowds. It's like there is a man in his early 30s, late 20s, maybe, kind of, Mira, where'd you go? Mira.
That's the little girl, Logan.
What?
Is Mira the little girl that we met the last game?
Maybe.
She
Okay.
will make an excellent appetizer for them.
Mira! And you all continue. I assume you all continue on to the inn.
I'm not one of the persons that heard him, so that's
Yeah, I didn't hear him either, so it'd be up to the others to let us know.
So who heard it?
You and
Levi
I,
and Meepo.
Oh.
we're not
I
going
will
to pay
make mention
attention.
of it. So
How
now
big
you
in a
know.
hurry are we to get to our destination?
we can split if you want, but otherwise, very big hurry.
So,
Am I the only one that has the capability of sending a message from far away?
Yeah.
The predators of the night have taken their first victim.
so what is going to be our goal at the moment in the inn? Since you just pulled Lou and Levi off the gate.
Prepare defenses.
So I need to gather like essentially the people in charge of the town. I need to get them on top of this issue and issuing more militia to act as guards and to keep an eye on the people. And then we are going to go through and figure out where the problems might be.
I feel like there's a lot of problems.
Yeah.
We got to find the vampires. This man is apparently missing a young child, or maybe it's a wife. I don't know.
But we
You
don't know that.
remember from your letter that your dad talked about a new family moved in with a little
Right.
girl named Mira.
That's right. Crap. I need to get to the end. What you guys do about Mira, that's up to you.
We're just going to follow you to the inn.
Okay. This little girl is going to die, and I'm going to regret it.
I am going to.
Both of you.
I'm going to
assume
check
she's
in and
not
see if
on
I can
the
offer any assistance for him.
Okay.
You didn't hear him,
I
though.
can meet you all at the inn because I can fly over the building, so I should be able to get there in no time. But if I run into any danger, I will let you know immediately.
But Chris, you didn't hear him.
No, but I
Meepo.
was informed by Meepo.
Oh, I didn't hear Meepo say anything.
Yeah.
So I will go to the person screaming and offer any assistance.
Okay. Before you guys get to the inn, you walk up to this man. He looks like he's in his sleep clothes a little bit, like he hastily tied on his pants and stuff. You know, have you ever seen Hocus Pocus?
Yes.
Yeah. So what Zachary looks like, but with boots
Right.
on. You walk up to him. What do you say?
Excuse me. Are you looking for somebody?
Oh, it's my little girl, Mira. She wasn't in bed this morning, and her window was open. It's not unusual for her to get up early, but normally she's in the house. So I'm just trying to find her.
What does she look like?
3'5", black hair, cut to the shoulder. We got blue eyes.
Okay. Let's see here. Do you mind if I inspect her room, just to kind of maybe rule out foul play?
Foul play.
It's just a precaution.
Logan,
What?
is she going to be turned into a vampire to replace the vampire we killed?
Maybe.
Stop giving him ideas.
Maybe not. Here, I'm gonna turn off my face cam. So
Do
that
not
way-
look at how the sausage is made. That's not for you.
My brain thinks too much.
And your mouth speaks it.
Do you think that'll help though? I mean, it's foul play. I mean, who would?
Well, I might be able to get an idea of like where she may have gone to.
Like, are you a tracker?
I'm a holy person. I'm guided by the winds.
The predators will start with the weak first.
Laura, I realized what I said could have been turned really mean, so I apologize for that.
I'm confused.
She made a comment about how her brain thinks too much, and without thinking, I kind of blurted out, and your mouth speaks it.
I thought it was funny. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, whatever.
I just don't like insulting people.
Oh, you're good. Thank you, though.
Anyway. Okay, you guys see Click peel off as he heads to this man's home.
Cool.
You all arrive at the inn. You see an older man. He's carrying a bit more weight than you remembered and a lot more gray. He's got a full beard, but with patchy gray in it. But you see that it's well manicured and trimmed, kept orderly. But that same cannot be said for his eyebrows. They are fuzzy caterpillars on the top of his head.
Awesome. I imagine this is Harkin.
Oh yes, you definitely recognize this man as Harkin.
Cool. I walk up to him. Do I see Fred?
You do not see Fred. You are currently outside the inn. There is the guard that you recognize from this morning. He is standing there with Harkin.
Okay, I look at the guard and tell him to please bring Fred from inside.
Oh, he Harkin straightens his back and he's like, "Now, before he does anything, you are going to tell me what's going on."
Sir, if you don't mind, I'd like to not do it in the street and alert and alarm the masses.
Does this have to do with last night?
It does. We seem to have a situation. That's the situation.
Yeah. You guys walk into the tavern. There is a parent there with a cat. I mean, not a cat, a child with a lot of stuff on her face.
What?
Okay.
There's a kid named Ava with a lot of stuff on her face. I'm making a reference to what Ian just said.
I got you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, everyone heads upstairs to one of the rooms that you all had last night. It is fairly cramped in there with the 6 of you. What is this about?
All right. I fill him in about the vampires in the Misty Forest and then the wolves that chased us out and how they were around the walls last night and how I told the guards to alert us if there were a problem and we were not alerted. However, when we showed up immediately this morning, there were no guards. The gate was ajar and then there were 2 dead guards in the guardhouse. And now I'm very worried.
Did you tell
And
him
how do
about the drained blood?
I do inform about the drained blood and our concerns about the vampire. And I also say we should probably send somebody to go and help out that kid who's now guarding the city.
Are we on the set of the second Twilight movie?
I never watched the Twilight movies, so I can't confirm or deny.
Fair enough. I just know we got vampires versus werewolves.
What werewolves?
Or they're the
I don't know,
same
just
thing.
wolf people.
No vampires usually, or werewolves in the Van Helsing universe help the vampires. I think.
Which Van Helsing universe?
Well, I thought I saw the movies that the vampires
Are you talking the Hugh Jackman one?
maybe.
Okay, I'm thinking a different thing entirely.
I thought I saw a movie once where you had the vampires and the werewolves are basically enslaved by them.
Oh, I think so.
So,
I think I also saw one that they were against each other too. So
yeah, that might be the Underworld series. with Kate
Twilight.
Beckinsale. No, Kate Beckinsale was in both.
But no, that we're jumping off topic.
Okay. Hearing all of this, you see like the guard captain's face turn very grave and serious. You've brought a great evil on us.
Yep, I sure did. This really is all my fault, but now I'm trying to fix it.
Poor Samuel.
Do you
It's
think
okay. You just doomed everyone. It's fine.
Do you think I'm happy about this?
It's fine.
Am I getting any feeling from the sword?
There is some curiosity. There's a bit of sadness, and very much you get a sense of tension from it. It's like, it's not sure. You get this. Those are the feelings you get. It
Okay.
feels tense. It feels sad, and what was the other one that I said
Curious.
before? Curious. Yes, it's curious, tense, and sad.
I think we should go into the woods and find these werewolves.
I'm willing to do that. I don't think they're werewolves, but I'm willing to go into the woods and see if we can find them there.
I think this is the mother, says Lou.
I think so too.
It's okay.
And
We
the
can
Knights
find her
Prowlers
too.
will come out.
What?
What'd you say?
Forget
Nico?
about the vampires.
What?
Forget him.
If we go after the werewolves, what do you think the vampires will do?
I
Wait,
don't-
what werewolves?
Wolves, whatever.
Oh, forget about the wolves.
I think the bloodsuckers are more of a threat.
Well, we can
I'm
go after them
worried.
too.
I'm worried that they're one and the same.
Can you be a wolf
Blood-sucking
and a
wolf? What?
bloodsucker?
Well, I don't know anything about vampires, so I will keep this part out of Cat's talk. But I think our best bet is to keep the town closed, have the guard rotated regularly enough that if something happens again, we're aware of it. And I don't know, have people keep to their homes as we try and figure this out.
Well, then they should be
Vampires or
good.
wolves?
We can go on our way. The town's been here for this long. It'll be here after we're gone.
You get a little bit of anger from the sword on that one.
That's what you think.
You get a lot of anger from Katya on that one.
But
It might
but
not be
but we
attacked.
need to go and investigate the stuff.
Look,
Or should we build
this town
defenses?
is my charge, and
Exactly.
I will handle it.
Okay. All right, we can go.
But I can't quite let you go yet. We need to look at the bodies.
Well,
Make
they're
sure
in,
that your story holds up, that this is indeed vampires.
they're in
It's
the
like,
guard
how do I
shack.
know that I'm not standing in a room with a bunch of murderers?
Because you know me, sir.
I knew you long ago.
Fair
People
enough.
change.
You know, murder is the label. I don't know.
I feel like Katya
It's
is
very subjective.
I feel like I am less likely to murder now than the person who I was when I first left this town, but so be it.
I don't know. We've done a lot of murder.
I mean,
I will assemble the militia. You all, for now, wait in this tavern until I come back for you.
If you come back.
There's he gives a pause to Meebo as he walks out the door with his guard companion.
They did.
I think we need to go and find out more about these vampires and the wolves?
Click.
Yes.
You have arrived at this modest little home that the man has directed you to. He does not lead you inside, but directs you around to a window on one of the sides of the buildings. You notice that it is ajar and easily viewable because this is the ground floor. Is a child's bed from the window.
Okay. I start to look around. Do I notice like any sign of a struggle or anything like that?
Perception.
Okay. I just need you to know that I'm very angry that we didn't deal with this when we were at higher levels and I would have access to higher spells. 'Cause there's a spell that would be perfect for this. I just don't know it.
I'm very sad that I potentially killed more of this town than my father.
19.
Okay, so you don't see signs of struggle per se. Like there's nothing that would have broken the lock on the window. The hinges look fine, but you do notice 3 long scratches at the around the frame of the window, not that are damaging in any way. And you recall from the church building scratches that looked very similar.
Okay.
Cool, 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 cool.
All right. So I found the scratches on the side. All right. So I thank the man for allowing me to inspect the room, and I will do everything I can to find his daughter.
He thanks you for your help. And when you go in the direction of the sleeping bear, he goes in the opposite direction and continues to call her name.
Okay. I want to see if I can find like any other trails or markings or anything like that that lead from the window.
All right, make a survival since you are trying to track.
All right. 6.
No, there's the path is too worn from the many steps of the town's citizens.
Man.
So, Click comes to the Sleeping Inn as you are all in the main tavern area. There's a bit of tension in the air. It's like there have been whispers and looks in your direction as the party. People have been talking about they're raising the militia. It's like we just had wolves last night. I thought, wolves could, those kinds of whispers. So what do we do now? Says Lou.
Well,
Well, we were told to wait here.
Well, I mean, after we wait here.
Oh, we need to go and find
Barricade
out.
the windows.
What'd you say, Levi?
We need to go find out more about these vampires.
Meepo, you know a lot about vampires, right?
I do.
tell us more.
What do you want to know?
Everything.
Broad.
Can they turn into wolves?
You know that they have shape-shifting abilities, and it would not be impossible
Okay.
for
Well,
for them to change into a wolf.
it wouldn't be unreasonable. I don't know specific examples, but I think it would be very possible.
How do they commonly attack people?
Well, judging by the marks on Meepo, they bite him.
With teeth?
Where do they commonly attack people?
during the night.
That's a when.
Uh,
But where? What Katya is trying to get at
they're
without,
very opportunistic.
yeah, can they sneak into your homes?
Probably.
You know that they can't cross boundaries
Oh,
without permission.
I didn't know we were going that full lore. Okay.
Yeah, you made a nat 20 on your
Can't cross boundaries without permission.
Okay.
So, no feeding stray dogs.
boundaries of homes.
That makes me wonder if perhaps
What
he
if we-
tricked the little girl.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Do you fill us in on that, by the way?
Yeah, go ahead and say that in character.
they? Oh, shit, I don't know how I would.
No, I'm a click. It's
Oh,
like he hasn't. He needs to tell you all about what he saw.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. So yeah, I inform you all. So the individual is looking for his daughter. It's a little girl. He allowed me to investigate her room. There was no sign of a struggle, but I did find claw marks on the window. So I'm wondering if either, based on the information Meepo provided, if either he tricked her into inviting, or it tricked her into inviting it in, or if maybe it got the girl close enough to the window and then snatched her. But I didn't see any blood, and I also couldn't find the trail outside of the home.
You are really making Katya start to feel like she is a curse. Not Click, Logan.
Click will attempt to comfort Katia and say, "It is not your fault. Unfortunately, we are at the whims of a higher power." And I look at Logan menacingly.
Oh, it feels a lot like my fault, but correct me if I'm wrong. We would have died if we tried fighting the vampires last night.
We don't know the ends that we don't know the ends that fate may have in store for us.
And I cannot believe I am just trapped in this inn and can do nothing.
Who says you're trapped?
I say everyone comes in the inn and barricades it. No one leaves till morning. No one comes in, no one leaves.
You know what? That may not be a bad idea. Is there a building that the town maybe has like safe houses or something like that that we can get the people to?
Just
Well,
the
We
inn
know
would
that they
be
can't
fine.
cross boundaries.
But is that better? Or so
Just the
Meepo,
inn and just barricaded.
does the inn count as a boundary, Meepo?
I can't see why not.
Okay.
Could I see possibly why not, Logan?
You just know that they can't enter residences without permission.
How are we defining a residence,
As you all debate that,
Logan?
as you all debate, it's like, is it a residence? It's like, I put up a tent. Is that a residence? It's like
Goddamn, it's vagueness of D&D. It likes to pretend it's very abstract.
All right.
But
Somebody
this is
learn the mansion spell, and we'll get all the town into the mansion.
define residence.
you got to pay
Come
taxes
on.
on it.
What? Damn it, D&D.
All right.
This is the whole.
As you all are debating what counts as a residence, the guard captain comes back in. This time with a guard from last night. This one is Clintus.
Okay.
Clintus.
Harkin, he comes in. Is so I've talked it over with the posted guard of last night.
Mm-hmm. The alive ones, at least.
Yeah.
I don't say that.
And, well, tell them what you told me. Clintus, who he's about his mid-20s, he says, well, it got really dark. You all were there for that.
Yep.
We told you that we got it,
Yep.
and we stayed up there for a few hours.
Yep.
It was all quiet, and Samuel and Otto, they after a while they said, you know, we should go return to our regular posts. Especially Otto, it was he really pushed it. It for some reason, and and then we went back to the south side of the wall, and we didn't see anyone the whole night. And
Okay.
it wasn't them, sir. It's I'm sorry I left that position. Otto seemed insistent.
Well, it's a good thing you left then, because you'd be dead too.
Would I've been?
Are you already dead?
Maybe, or maybe they'd be alive.
Check his pulse.
It's like Meepo goes up to touch him, he smacks your hand away.
Unfortunately, Quintus, I am inclined to agree with Meepo. However, I regret that we left you last night. I should have known better.
But if he's one of them,
I don't think he is, Meepo.
One of them.
check.
Meepo, isn't it daytime?
It is
The
daytime.
other guy didn't have issue with that daytime.
Who did?
Yes, he did.
He only fought the spawn.
Yeah,
No,
he
the
did.
spawn burned to ash,
Oh,
says Lou.
I remember he ran outside. Okay.
Yeah, I tackled him out the window and he burned to ash.
Oh,
He like popped out and in for like a brief second, but he could not handle more than a brief second. The way Logan had described it.
Well, like breaking the wall here. Between the way rounds work and he had 6 seconds technically before his turn ends if he ends his turn in sunlight.
Ah,
So it's like they can withstand a few seconds.
okay.
So I believe that based on the testimony from Clintus that you all are not involved in this.
Does that mean
So
we can
you,
go now?
you may leave this tavern to join the defense if you wish. You
Okay.
may also leave if you wish.
maybe the defense should just stay inside.
No, we have to. I mean, you guys can do what you want, but this is my fault. I need to help the town.
Help the
Yeah.
town by making them stay inside.
I mean, yeah. Fair, actually, yeah. You guys, you know who we need, guys? We need Push to show up in full Van Helsing regalia.
Still need to know what counts as a dwelling.
You're right.
Some
Vagueness.
place that people continually sleep in that has a foundation,
Does
and
an
you know,
inn count as a dwelling?
That is very rude to nomads.
yeah, nomads kind of get screwed.
Well, sorry, homeless people.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Sucks. Okay, does an inn count?
Yes, an inn counts, especially if the innkeepers live there.
What
Oh,
about a
good.
tavern?
Do we have enough space in the tavern for the town?
No,
How
Oh,
big is this town?
it's about 400 people, and you think you could maybe get 50 in here.
We
Oh,
need a bigger
cool.
tavern.
We need bigger residences.
Hey, what's the biggest building in town?
I
The
imagine,
inn.
The
I
inn.
imagine the manor would have been big if we hadn't burned it down.
Yeah, the manor would have been bigger.
Can I fit 400 people in the inn?
No,
If we really try.
you can maybe get 75 before people just start stepping on each other.
Well, time to
I
start stepping
think-
on each other.
I think we encourage them to cover their windows in regards to like what Click told us. Oh, should we inform Harkin about what Click told us?
The what?
Should we about Mira and our suspicions?
Yeah, that'd be a good one if you're gonna do it.
Here's a thought. What if we just leave the town?
Lara's not leaving. You guys are welcome to. I'll let Harkin know.
Sorry, townspeople. Good luck.
No, oh no. He grumbles to himself. It's like his eyes almost disappear underneath his eyebrows.
Okay.
Well, we should organize a search party while we have daylight.
Yep.
We can go. The five of us can go scout ahead.
That's a good idea. It's like it'll move quicker as a unit.
Okay.
I just had a scary thought.
Yep.
I have many scary thoughts.
What if the vampires are still in town,
That is
residing in basement areas of homes?
precisely what I've
Then
worried
who
about.
let them in?
Clearly little children.
I
Yeah,
mean,
as long as they don't let him in.
they could, but we don't have any reason to believe that's the case. Do we?
Can I just say, if we do leave the town, we would just have a very good history of leaving places and not helping.
Well, sounds about right.
I mean, he kind of helped Swinton.
Yeah, but we all know that the hags went back.
And continue to terrorize them.
Would you like to go fight the hags?
No.
Eventually.
We know how that went, don't we?
Ultimately, Swinton is not my problem. Daggerford, though. Daggerford is my problem.
How heroic.
Well, I've seen 40 Days of Nights enough to know where this is going.
It's my
Well, Cat, this is your town. What do you think?
I'm going to help. I definitely think we should search for Mira. I'm going to help. Oh my goodness. What you guys decide to do is up to you. I can't compel you to help me.
I will offer what I can, but unfortunately, I don't have many things that could even help us find somebody.
Cooper, can you stop destroying things?
Well, let's head off in the woods.
But is it the woods or the town we need to search?
Well, can anybody detect a vampire?
I can detect good and actually, yes. Crap, I can't.
She completely
Wow.
forgot that.
Forgot the thing that you knew to do all along.
Hoo, fancy that.
I'm saying, unfortunately, I can detect them, but if they're considered undead, I can turn them away.
I can blind
Pretty
myself
sure
this
they're
way.
undead.
Huh?
Pretty sure they're undead.
So my biggest problem is I can only do it 5 times, and it lasts a turn.
Oh,
For the last 6 seconds.
that's not
Yeah.
very.
What's the span on it?
60 feet.
So let's go in the
60
middle of
feet
town.
in a circle or 60 feet in a sphere?
It just says 60 feet. That is not behind total cover.
Oh, well, that wouldn't help us at all then.
No, you're right. I have to see the person.
Well,
I say we save that until we come across people, especially at night, that we think might be vampires.
well, if everybody's out in town for a minute and they don't die, then we know they're not a vampire.
It wouldn't be dead. I would just no.
No, I'm just saying if we have everybody in town come
Come out-
out in the central
Oh.
square,
Whoops.
I see what you're saying.
So gather everybody in like a town square first.
yeah.
For sunlight.
And if anybody turns to dust, they were a vampire.
And whoever doesn't come, we go and investigate.
Right.
That's a really good
No,
plan.
no, send the militia to investigate.
No,
Okay, I think if there's only 400 people, people would notice if somebody new was here shortly at when these killings started happening.
that's us.
Well,
We're the new people.
okay, so we know it's not us, probably.
We all look at Lou.
What?
Nothing.
Probably not us, but I think the townspeople would know if somebody new came to town, and at the same time, people started dying.
I'm pretty sure we brought
Other
it.
than us.
I'm pretty. I mean, we fought the vampire. We showed up, and now there are vampires. Like
Well, there
Where
might
did
be vampires.
we all look at Meepo. Meepo's the vampire.
How did you know?
You know so much about vampires.
No, because
Lou makes a grab for Meepo.
No,
Okay.
Athletics.
I already. Lou, no, I already did the check on him. He's not a vampire.
What if it's a delayed thing?
well, he's already been out in the sun too.
That's true.
Oh, right.
I mean, naturally he doesn't like the sun, but
I'm not on fire.
You all see the man that Click was talking about
Yeah.
walk into the tavern. He's still wearing the same clothes. He's a bit sweaty. He's like, Mira, are you in here?
Oh crap.
He frantically looks left and right, and then rushes out.
Yeah, so we definitely had informed Harkin about that, and crap, do we search the town or do we search the forest? I think town first.
well, get everybody
God.
in the middle of town.
Guys, you know where a good place for a vampire to hang out would be?
The
Where?
cellar.
A burned down mansion.
If you want, you go inspect the edge of the woods. I can do a few flybys of the mansion. If I see something that leads me to believe that maybe there's something housed there or something could be housed there, then I can send a message. And if not, I can join you all in the woods. And perhaps maybe somebody can join me as well, as just in case.
Okay. I think that's a fair plan, especially since the rest of the militia will also be checking the town.
Okay, so you say it, so you do it. All right.
Yeah.
Click. You go up to the mansion.
Who's going with Click?
I'll go with Click.
Okay.
That would be a good idea because Joss could even help.
Yeah. So, as the other three head towards the gate, Click and Levi head towards the manor. You first come across a wrought iron gate with its hinges swinging open, its gate doors swinging open, and it leads a path up to the burned out manor. It looks like the grass is getting a little long. And you get to the edge of the boundary with charred pieces of lumber and looking at the floor, which looks like it would have been some kind of stonework that has been covered in ash and soot. This once large building, judging by its foundation, is now just reduced to rubble and ash. Uh, what exactly are you all looking for before I describe it any further?
So, like, is it? You said Rebel and Ash, but I don't imagine it's like completely gone. Like, I don't
Well,
imagine it's just a pile. Like, I'm imagining that there's probably some form of it still standing.
so the areas of the house that still hold their shape to the best of the ability, there's a section of the house that is warped glass that has melted from heat. There are two large chimneys which still stand, but uh, they are not surrounded by any other item, not item, but structure. The stonework on the floors for what looks like the main entrance, judging by the stairway and everything, are still there. And onto the southeastern side, there is the remains of a cellar, uh, burnt out.
Okay. So now we know that there's a bottom floor.
Yeah. Judging by the height of the chimneys, you would say that this used to be a two-story mansion.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What do you think are the odds that there's somebody in there? I say to whoever followed me.
Levi.
We went to the.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you can go do a flyby and see, and I can send Strauss with you.
I mean, we just learned that there's a cellar. And so
Well,
I'm asking you, what do you think the odds are that there's something inside the cellar?
well, why don't you do a flyby, and then I'll try and see if I can find a way into the cellar and open up the cellar doors and see.
Yeah. What Click has described mostly is the flyby.
Oh,
If you
okay,
guys-
okay.
If you guys want to go ahead and try the cellar door, you can.
I'll try the cellar door since
Okay.
I'm on the ground.
Yeah, it's very weak. It even though it was uh, mostly left untouched, it still has some fire damage on it. The wood feels extremely stiff as it was dried out in the intense heat, and when you open it, it like you swing it open and it bangs on the other side and kind of disintegrates as the few pieces of wood that were holding it together, that shock finally broke them. And you can see down into the cellar. It's a very short cellar, and you can see the bottom.
Okay, so not really anything in there.
You see some faint glinting in the sunlight.
All right. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll go ahead and cast light on a rock or something and
Uh-huh.
throw it down there.
Okay, so in the further illumination, you see a mangled suit of armor. It is missing its helmet.
Okay, I'm just going to tell them there's nothing down here in the cellar.
Does it appear? Did it appear like there might be any other rooms or anything part of this mansion still standing?
It's more of there was a pretty intense burning from where you're standing outside. Uh, there's not really the fire was encompassing, uh, especially the section next to the cellar. That's where you find your warped glass. There's also bits of like digging through the ash. You find some very charred books, like beyond legibility.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I make sure to report this all to Levi and say, I don't reckon there's anything here.
All right.
The good chance that maybe we should. Do you think we should join the others in the woods, or do you think maybe there's another area we should check out here in town?
I don't. Well, I don't know the town as much as anybody. I know the town as much as you do.
That's
So
true.
let's just go ahead and go meet everybody in the woods.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. So, you all, Click especially, if I don't think Levi wants to fly, but if Click wanted to carry him, you could just hop over the wall without even having to go to the gate. Wait a second. Go ahead and make a con save for me, Click.
Con save?
Yeah, I want to see if you could do something before I try it.
Yeah, probably not. That's a 7.
No, okay. I was gonna say if you rolled high enough that you feel like you'd be able to carry Levi, uh, with fast enough, so that way you would all be able to catch up without Levi having to run and you not having to exert yourself too much. But it looks like Levi is too heavy for you all to fly to catch up.
Okay.
So, does the party get to the edge of the woods and camp?
Sure. Is there anywhere we can go that might be a residence?
Not between here and Daggerford, no. It's mostly been just the Tradeway, which is a well-traveled road that has a turnoff point that goes through the Misty Forest that connects itself to Succomber.
Why are we camping?
To wait for the others, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll say that if you guys want, you can take a short rest while you wait for them.
Sure, if you want to.
Okay. So taking a short rest,
Damage nothing.
Click and Levi come walking down the road and meet up with the party. It is now about noon.
Yeah, there was nothing in the cellar in the mansion, and there's not enough of it really to house anything. So
Okay.
don't believe that there's anything there. Don't know the town well enough, so really couldn't figure out if there was anything we should check out. So we decided to just come back here and join with you all.
Okay.
So into the woods, says Lou.
Into the woods we go.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
Who is leading?
Not me.
I can. I know the woods.
Okay.
If you survival or perception checks.
Someone pick one to do because there's going to be cause for both.
I mean, I could do perception checks.
So who wants to do survival?
I think I have a decent survival. Hold on.
Okay.
I just have a +2.
Not me.
I do not.
My
Awesome.
survival's a +1.
It will be me then.
Okay, so as you all walk across the thick grasses,
So as we're walking, I'm going to stand near Kat, and as I continue to do perception, I'm just going to keep my hand on her shoulder, and I'm just going to say, "May Sirenita bless you," over and over and over again,
Thank you.
and basically guidance
yes,
to make sure I clarify.
yeah. Okay, so as you all walk across these thick grasses, it feels a bit hot today, but that heat is immediately vanished as you go underneath the canopy, and the thick mists that give this forest its name start to encircle your feet as you walk along this path. So, make a survival check, and Click, you make a perception check.
All right.
Do I add a D4 to that?
Yes.
22 on my end.
23.
Okay, so click. You see two yellow orbs of glowing light dancing underneath the trees far off to your northern west. And Kat, you have gone through this forest multiple times, and you lead the party to the part where you had originally gotten onto the main path just yesterday, and just so happens to be where those glowing orbs are.
Oh.
Hi, you came back.
We told you we would.
And proceed to leave.
Do you think you guys can help us?
How?
We're looking for a little girl. Her name is
Ooh.
Mary.
New sister.
Oh. I'm an awful person. I'm the worst person.
What do you mean by new sister?
She'll play with us. She'll be our new sister.
Can you tell us where she is now?
She's with the lady.
What lady?
The lady in the mist.
Lady in the Mist. How can we find this lady in the mist?
This
the
way.
mist.
Now
she's-
they need a slogan.
You guys know where you're going. I'm trying to be for brevity.
I understand.
If you want to do another survival, well, I mean, hell, with your survival check, you didn't really need to.
They
Ask
suddenly
the
changed their mind until you fuck off on your own way.
Maybe we want new sister. Maybe you leave us alone.
They kind of act like it.
We're lonely here.
I gathered. But yeah, okay, let's go find your sister.
So, leading you through the fog, it's all eerily familiar, even though that you couldn't see very much on your last journey guided by them. It's almost as if they're following a set path, and they lead you by the same trees and rocks that you recall from just yesterday, until you emerge from behind the ruined holy building
Great,
into that little town of Raven's Rest.
great. Great, I'm thrilled. I'm ecstatic.
It's about 3 o'clock now.
That's a good time of day to do this.
How do we find the lady in the mist?
I have no idea. I suppose we just go digging through buildings.
Oh, so did the will-o-wisp leave us alone?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me, says Lou.
No. Talking to the wisps.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Okay. Did we search the holy building last time we were here?
Yes, that's where you found your 2 flasks of water and your mace.
Do you guys think we should find freshly dug graves?
We can scan for them, but
And to re-describe this, what you can see. Let's see, let's pop it over here. Oh, I'm foolish. I've been looking at the global map this whole time. I didn't realize that you guys were on the tavern map.
It's all good.
So, luckily, through all this sunlight, you can still see through the mist. You're standing beside this ruined holy building with the caved-in wall, the destroyed iconography. Directly across from you is a small building. You remember that's the building with the 2 rooms and the chimney, the large structure that you spent that you fought the creature in last time still has its blown off roof.
Mhm.
Across the square, which is overgrown with leaves, weeds, and stuff, you still recognize it as the square though, because whereas the rest of the town is has trees encircling it, this area has been cleared out. There's a small collection of buildings resting against a hill. Uh, Two of them look pretty dilapidated, and there is a stone staircase on the right hand side of one of the larger buildings on the opposite side of the town square that lead up, but you can't tell where because it's encased in a very thick fog as you ascend those steps.
I've read Reddit threads of stairs going nowhere in the middle of the forest. They never go anywhere good.
What is Reddit?
It's this newsletter that goes out by Owl where people share their stories.
So if I heard correctly, the stairs ascend and the fog thickens as you ascend it.
Yeah, you can't tell where they go. You can't tell where they go because of the fog, but they do travel up from where you're standing.
Whew.
Do you all want to travel upwards?
Yeah, that feels like the right way to go.
Nowhere to
All
go
right.
but up.
It feels like that moment where the DM like describes this person in the bar in detail, and we have the option to do that or like go talk to the random goblin that got added for ambiance.
All right. Before we go, as a precaution, I'm casting aid on everyone.
Ooh,
What does aid do?
Aid increases your maximum and your current hit point total by 5.
Now, if I remember correctly, you're gonna have to upcast it to hit the whole party, right?
Let me see here. It hits 5 people, so how many are in our party?
5.
1, 2. Yeah, so we get everybody.
Choose up to 3 creatures within range. So if you cast it for
Oh, up to 3. My bad. I'm looking at the number 5 for the duration.
yeah,
My bad. So I'll hit it on Cat, Lou. Nah, Lou's a barbarian. So Cat, Levi, and Eric.
if,
Meepo.
if
Wait,
Click
Cat,
would
Lou, and
like-
who?
Meepo.
You.
Oh,
If Click would like the hit points, Katya does have hit points.
how many?
5.
So for the next 8 hours, you have 5 additional hit points.
Chris, if you would like the extra hit points, I'll be okay.
I'll be fine.
Okay.
I got other things.
If you die,
But I wanted to, and it's not a concentration, so I wanted to bust that out of the way.
I understand.
So that way I don't have to waste a turn casting it, and it could last, majority of the day.
There you
8
go.
hours. So as you're ascending the stairs.
We are ascending the stairs.
Okay.
Click walks very awkwardly up the stairs.
Okay, as you ascend the stairs. Okay.
Who rolled all that dice?
Meepo.
I did it. So, as you ascend these stairs, the fog, which was obscuring your view from across the town square, you begin to see more and more as you travel through it. You get maybe another 30 feet up above the buildings that were at the bottom of this hill when you come across a large flattened area with many old moss-covered gravestones.
Great. We found a cemetery.
Yeah.
I would like to mention that I thought the staircase was just like going up into the sky, not like up a hill.
Oh, sorry, that was my bad.
Does it look like a pretty big graveyard?
It looking it over, there appears to be, at a quick glance, 50 graves or so. You notice that some of them appear to be fresher than others.
Yeah, I try and find the fresh. I try to find a fresh grave, like preferably the freshest there might be.
Okay, to understand which one would be the freshest one, I guess. Investigation, I guess.
Okay, we'll see if this works out for me. My
Does-
investigation sucks.
Does Meepo have those brand?
A what?
9.
Okay, you do find a gravestone. The date is worn away, but the dirt that as you step on it, it's kind of like caves under your feet a little bit. It feels very soft.
I start digging.
All right, what was Cat trying to do?
Does Meepo have those stakes?
Of course.
Good.
Okay, you start digging in the loose earth.
Yes. Basically, Click is trying to see if he can find the little girl.
Okay. Now, if you're digging with your hands, it's going to take quite a while. Does anyone?
Unfortunately, I don't have a shovel in the cleric pack, so I don't really have much to use.
I don't think I have.
Oh wait! I got this. Lou casts mold earth.
Oh, there you go.
Ah,
It's about time he could use that for good.
So, in about 12 seconds, the chunks of earth are removed. And he's like, that, yeah. Works out great when I actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe let's make a business out of this. Put a bunch of
You
other grave diggers out of business.
That's an option. That's an option.
you'd be the best around. So anyway, I look in the hole.
You look in the hole. There is a very simple pine box. It is of a medium size.
For a moment, Laura forgot that people are buried in coffins.
Common mistake.
Guys, can I have some people around here just in case it turns out to maybe be the thing that wants to hurt me?
I stand by with my sword.
It's all good, man. You got it.
Thanks, Meepo. I open it.
All right. Because this coffin is very old and it's been in the wet earth, so the wood is slick, and eaten with worms. So it is not difficult to open, and when you pry it open by being able to get your fingers to catch, you pop it open, and inside is a skeleton of medium size, a full-grown adult.
Nope, not this one. I get out of the hole.
Lou helps you up. He's like, I'm going to put this back. He gestures with his hand and puts all the dirt back in the hole.
Good plan.
Yep. I don't have a way of trying to find this girl. And, like, do we want to try and go through every single grave?
It won't be a problem for me, but
Better idea. I look around to see if I can find footprints that maybe
Ooh.
lead to a grave, or at least from a grave.
I will assist him in that.
okay. Make a survival check with advantage.
It can't be perception.
For the sake of tracking, it's survival.
Woo! 23.
Ooh.
So there are faint footprints that you can see in this soft earth that go around this graveyard, but they also continue up the stairwell.
Wait, there's more stairs?
There are more stairs. I'm sorry, that was my fault for not describing it accurately.
Crap. What's the tree line like? Like, is there a lot of canopy?
In this area, no, there's not a lot of canopy in the trees.
I take to the sky and just visually follow the stairs up to see if I can figure out where do they lead to. Does it lead to like another level of a graveyard?
There's another level, but it is not a graveyard. It is an another mansion. This one not burned down though. It appears that it is fallen apart with advanced age. Looking at the main support beams, they look like as if they have been eaten by insects.
Well, I was onto something with
I
the.
quickly swoop down and I inform the group, hey, the stairs over there lead up to another mansion. It's quite possible that maybe that's where they're at.
What were you going to say, Laura?
I was onto something with the mansion.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe I should just light it on fire.
Not unless we know for a fact the little girl's not in there. Get her out. You can set it on fire all you want.
I don't know.
Meepo, you don't have to come in.
I mean, we could do some really uncomfortable math.
No.
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 So are we in agreement to go and head in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
I start making my way towards the mansion.
I follow.
Okay. So the party heads up to this mansion, and Lou and Levi, it's a weird sense of deja vu because you were just in a mansion, but this one it seems a bit grander, whereas the other one was a two-story building. This one appears to have really dug into the hillside to try and get like a perch kind on this mountain. Looking down, you can't really see much of the little village. There's too much fog, so you turn your attention in towards the mansion. Digging around, there are multiple rooms. One room you would assume would have been the kitchen, based on the remnants of a chimney that had fallen over. There's a very rusted cooking pot and some various cookware that you find in the rubble. There are books in another section of the house which have become very, very moldy, and as you pick them up, they almost fall apart in your hands, and they leave like damp. Leave damp, wet pages. Looking around even further, you stumble across a surprisingly sturdy trap door towards on the edge of the kitchen. Amazingly, it's still there, whereas the rest of this has fallen apart. There is a solid iron ring on the trap door that you would use to grasp it.
Do we think we should go down, or do you think we need to explore?
Well, we ain't here to mess with spiders, are we?
All right.
Maybe.
Who wants to open up the door?
I'll open the door.
Oh, Levi, that little light trick that you showed me at the previous mansion, do you think you could do that again?
What do you want it on?
I look around. Can I find something small that we can toss down the door?
Oh yeah, you can find there's plenty of rocks which have rolled down the hill as it continues to go past beyond the flattened level of the mansion.
All right,
I
I'll
just grab him. I grab a small handful of rocks, and I just hand him one.
I'll take the rock and cast light on it.
You cast light on it. Okay. Cat, you swing open this door. You swing open this door as Levi tosses down the stone. The stone falls down and rolls down the stone steps that go down for about 30 feet before they hit a landing and stop. You can see clearly from the light that is coming off of this stone that there's a little bit of a turn from this landing to the left, but beyond the illuminated stairs, you cannot see that much from your current position.
Cool. I tell that to the group. And I guess I'll start heading down.
Okay.
I follow on down.
And I follow as well. I'm gonna
Meepo,
go
do
ahead
you want to go last or fourth
and light a fireball and have it in my
Yeah.
hand.
with
Four
a
is one.
control flame?
No, oh, sorry, firebolt. No, I guess I can't do
Okay.
that, can I?
A control flame is great for as being an impromptu torch, but like a firebolt, it's instantaneous. It's kind of like trying to use a cap gun as a light.
All right. Okay, I'm ready in Eldritch Blast then.
Okay. So I believe everyone but Click has some form of dark vision or low light vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we
I
threw the
pull out a
rock down with
candle
light.
and I just light the candle.
Okay.
We can probably pick up the rock as we get to it.
Oh yeah. Either that or I can light again on my shield.
Yeah. So
I'll save a candle then. I'll just place my hand on whoever's in front of me.
We have a light on.
Oh, okay.
you all descend this stairwell. And Cat, in your heavy armor, you're making
A lot of noise.
yes.
Yeah.
And when you get to this base landing of the stairwell, does anyone want to move the light, or
Well, I'll go ahead and put it on. I put light on my shield,
okay?
so it'll be
Well, I
blaring
mean,
out.
with where you guys are, with where you guys are standing, the having light on your shield is the same thing as having the light on the pebble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
When he cast light on his shield, did it remove the light from the pebble?
unless it's light's not a concentration, is it?
No.
No. But I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But I don't
It says duration 1 hour.
know. Oh,
If that's the case, then I'll grab the rock and I'll toss it farther into the cellar.
No, it doesn't say.
cool. 2 lights.
And it can be colored as I like.
What color do you?
RGB.
So we can have disco lights.
So you toss it. So Click, when you pick up the stone and toss it into the center, or what you assume is the direct opposite of the corner, you toss it into what looks like the center of the room. There are 4 stone pillars that are supporting the ceiling straight up, and 4 stone slabs in a circular pattern sit or laid between them. And on these stone slabs, you see 2 figures unmoving. They are gray skinned with long, greasy hair. They do not react to the light. What do you all do?
What size are they?
They are medium sized. From your angle, they are definitely humanoid.
Okay.
Hey, Logan.
Uh-huh.
When did the Will-o'-the-Wisps leave us?
Pretty much as soon as you got in town.
Okay. Why did they do that?
They
Okay.
always stay out of town.
Hey, Meepo, you might want to go and stabby.
Neither of them look like Mira.
So you guys were described, Mira is this girl, maybe 7 or 8.
Yeah.
There is these look a little bit older than that.
Okay.
There's one that is a 10-year-old, one that is maybe a little bit of a late teen, 15,
Okay.
mid-teen. Oops.
But you said they're unmoving.
They are not moving.
Are they looking
no,
at
go
us, or
stabby
do they
stab
look
'em.
like they're asleep?
The way that their eyes are closed and have a peaceful expression, you would assume they are asleep.
Cool, 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 cool.
Meepo, are you gonna go stab them?
So you said they didn't react to the light?
No, their eyes are closed.
Hmm. Pale skin. They're probably the things we want to stab.
Yeah.
How many of them?
Two. You see two.
And we're coming down the stairs.
Yep.
I wish I knew the spell sunlight.
I attempt to plunge a stake into one of their hearts.
All right, make a stealth roll as you step across this floor.
Find my stealth. $21.
Okay. You're able to, watching out for debris that you see on the floor. There's bits of glass. There's and broken wood and stone, and you are able to get right next to this one.
Okay. Did I plunge a stake in its heart?
Okay. So make an attack roll with advantage. You got to get this right.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's a pretty good first roll.
Yeah.
26.
Okay. So this 15-year-old, she appears to be feminine, and your familiarity with humanoids allows you to find that point in between the ribs where you slide that stake in, but not before she lets out a and the other one begins to stir. And roll initiative as you successfully plunge your stake into the creature.
Down.
So I say, do you guys want to stop it there before we do combat? And we
I
just
think that would be a great idea.
Yeah, I gotta be up in about 7 hours.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll wait for us to get done recording.
all right. Click. What is your initiative?
Oh, I moved the die. Let me go ahead and roll that again. Okay, that'll be a dirty 20.
Right. Levi,
13.
15. Lou got a 19. Meepo,
17.
17. Wow, good initiatives. Katya,
9.
9. Gotta have balance.
Yep.
The creature, ooh. Okay.
You gonna let us know?
You'll figure it out as soon as it happens.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, as Meepo successfully stabbed the creature in the heart, and Meepo, because you rolled a nat 20, I'll go ahead and tell you this. You know that this creature is paralyzed.
Nice.
But you also know that removing the stake will unparalyze it.
Nice.
Yeah. So, exciting stuff. What do you? It's gonna be. It's probably gonna be a pretty battle heavy session next time.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. I apologize for leaving you guys on the town map.
That's
Uh,
okay.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Don't
All
need
right.
a map, really. Didn't really need one.
Yeah. And I say we should end our session.
All right.
Peace out.
Sounds good.
Now, what did you